Hello, I'm Toycat and welcome back to another third channel video. Here is a very interesting bridge, which is of course a way to add verticality and 3 dimensions to a city, because underneath it goes the boats and above it goes the people, except obviously there's a certain clearance needed, so it's like straight up like that. It's a bridge with lots of right angles. It's very interesting, and in today's video we're going to end up going to the exact opposite of a bridge, I guess, and I guess stay until the end to work out what that is. Yeah, look at me adding hooks to the third channel videos that I supposedly don't even care about. But no, today I'm going to be going a little bit on the inside YouTube track, because in the same way that like when you see a bridge like that, it's hard to like immediately work out why exactly is, why does it go like this as opposed to like a normal bridge that is cheaper, easier to access and all of the other things. And in fact we'll be going over bridges that look like that, and the answer is like, oh yeah, of course, it's something about minimum clearance. And like with lots of things, when you see them immediately, they raise questions. Like, I genuinely don't know the answer to the question, why is there a boat lifted up onto like a, it's like there is a boat, like a floating thing holding that boat over there. It's very confusing. There's a old warehouse behind that that's clearly being maintained in some way, but I can't imagine it's a warehouse existing in London in the year 2021. There's lots of questions you can have, and a problem a lot of people have is they fill these questions with the first thing that comes to their mind, and it's a really great thing sometimes, but like you get really dumb results. Like, why do YouTubers ask you to like their videos? Because they get paid per like. I mean, it would make sense that people ask you to do things they're incentivized to do. That's why car dealers try to sell you more expensive cars. That's why insurance people, actually, this is a really, I was going super slow because it's not a road or a bike path, but like, it's not like it's a super, pedestrianized area. So I can feel like I can go a little faster here. Anyway, it's an easy thing to fill like the curiosity you have with the easiest answer. But I like to sometimes work out like, well, what's the more correct answer? And so one of the things about YouTube, though, people have questions about all sorts of things, like how does money work? And I answer those on the second channel. But I want to answer the interesting question about why do YouTubers upload things out of sequence? In the same way that it seems dumb to build a bridge that has 90-degree angles, or to build the thing that we're going towards at the end of this video, why do YouTubers upload things way older? Like, I've seen videos that are recorded in the summer, uploaded in the winter, or uploaded like now. You see videos uploaded weeks ago, and even on this channel, it's not something I shy away from, unlike a lot of people who try to like cover it up with some narrative. On this channel, I'm like, yeah, we uploaded a video from London, then a video from New York, then another video from London, and then a video from, if I'm not mistaken, we had a video from California. And so it's like, well, that seems a bit, and then we're probably gonna have some videos from Poole, I imagine, in the south of the UK. What's the deal with that? Like, why are you hopping around, going back and forth to America all this time? And the answer is obviously that I'm not. It's that I recorded the videos in a sequence that is different to the order I'm uploading them in. And even more confusing to some people is like, so why do you record a video and then wait sometimes weeks or months before uploading it? And sometimes the answer is as simple as like, oh yeah, just, can't be bothered, don't get around to it, something like that. But there's a more interesting answer below the surface that I figured we could talk about, because it's one of the things I try to think about a lot, and it's one of the things that I try to maximize a lot, because like with everything else in life. By the way, this bridge going over there, it could be a different bridge on the left there, but it looks like this one's got such a stark angle that it's like unnecessarily long. But it's for trains, and trains can't go up the same height of bridges, and that's the reason for that. Or conspiracy, the bridge company were getting paid for every like inch of bridge they added, and so they just made a bridge above land. Yeah, there we go. That's an easy way to fill the gap with knowledge that intuitively makes sense to me. Anyway, one of the, I guess I'm going on this ramp here, right? I'm gonna guess there's no, there's something blocking that bridge, I think. Am I wrong? Oh no, it's just something on the side. Okay. Well, if there's steps over here, I guess I'm turning back. There is steps over here. Well, again, this is gonna be fun. We're quite far out to the east of London, by the way. We've just passed the Excel Centre. Actually, I think I showed it in this video. We're about to pass the airport, if I'm not mistaken. It's not active on Sundays, which is, I say that actually, there's lots of planes. There is a plane I swear, the airport is not meant to be active on Sundays, but there is a surprisingly big plane taking off. Yeah, this is why I'm here. You caught me. I like airports. I like traveling. I'm sad I haven't done it in a couple of years, so I'm taking a little GoPro trip past the airport. You caught me. That's the real reason I'm here. I'm not making this video to inform you about anything. I'm making this video to justify a trip out to London City Airport. And my God, Am I wrong about them not allowing flights on Sundays? I'll have to look into that. See, that was a thing I heard, that like in exchange, because this is such a residential, or not residential, it's a surprisingly residential airport, given that it exists immediately around a, oh, I don't know if we're going left here. You know, I'm gonna follow this orange path. This orange path seems to know what's going on. But yeah, like loud noises, people don't like them. Look how long this bridge really does go, by the way. It's unnecessary. It could have gone straight to land, but it doesn't. It did the opposite of that previous bridge. Anyway, it's the inside YouTube game. Why do YouTubers upload videos out of sequence? Let's explain it. So, the interesting thing about YouTube is a lot of people from the outside only ever see one or two of the skills that are actually required for it. And you know, that's why it's so common to be like, oh, they just do that. That's all they do for their job. And there is definitely an element, I guess, to every job where it's like, it looks, should we follow the signs to the airport? I mean, it does say humans and bikes allowed, so I guess I'm following the signs to the airport. But yeah, I think, I've never actually been right up to the airport signs anywhere in the UK. Like, I've seen them in other countries, mostly the US. It's cool to see there's a line I can't go over without getting arrested, you know? It's always a fun addition to a thing. Okay, so I don't think I can go down any of these streets right here. So I guess we're turning right on this roundabout instead. Do you even need to signal when there's only two entrances? Like, there's only one way in and out of this roundabout. Is it even a roundabout at some point? Anyway, so one of the, do I follow the left to the city airport? You better believe I want to. I mean, that sign says to go left, so who am I to ignore a road sign or indeed a red light? I am no one, that's who. Oh, Christ. Anyway, so one of the, oh, we can turn left, it's fine. So one of the kind of less than intuitive things is why you would choose to do that. But it's because people forget that being a YouTuber is kind of free skills. I think in the TV world you call it like producing, directing, and acting, right? But in the YouTube world, I'd say the equivalent is like, you need to be a good on-camera talent, right? Like someone who can speak to a camera in ways that doesn't terrify you. And most humans are scared of public speaking, myself included, as I've discussed before. So you need to be good at the on-camera stuff, speaking. You know, there are multiple planes taking off here today, and I can't believe I just missed the second one. Anyway, is it even a Sunday? Maybe that's where I'm wrong. Anyway, you need to be the camera, you know, that person who talks to camera while you're doing whatever dumb thing you're doing. Then you also need to be someone who can edit videos together. Some videos need less editing than others. All videos require editing though. I wish this wasn't true. I set up this third channel specifically under the guise of I don't want to edit, so this whole channel is unedited. It's I guess one cut might be the filming equivalent. But even here, I need to do two types of editing. One, I need to put the files together to upload, which it takes computing power, which luckily, you know, I do have a computer, so I'm at least not out of luck on that one. But you know, let's just go off to the side here. Let's just hop down whatever this is. I don't want to stay on this road. I want to go down. Oh, this isn't a ramp. This is, what is this? Just a little viewing deck, so you can view the. Oh, it's the DLR stations below there. There's a little park outside of it. That's nice. It's so weird that like this is a major airport, not that big of an airport, but it's like a major London airport, and then just outside of it, there's like Victorian terrace houses and a giant Tate and Lyle factory. It all feels a bit like multiple areas of London mashed together, you know, like the industrial era, followed by the, you know, mass housing era, followed by the modern, you know, like transport era, with also, you know, nowadays modern city airports. It's just all mashed together, and I love that. You don't get to see this elsewhere. You don't get to see this elsewhere. And speaking of things you don't get to see, you don't get to see that the other type of editing besides mashing a video together or whatever is that you have to work out what you're going to call the video. I wish this wasn't true, but you know, like just personally, but I understand why it needs to be true now. Like it's one of those things I hate about the world that I've had to come to appreciate, is that YouTube videos need titles and they need thumbnails. And the majority of a video success, there are always exceptions, of course, like with everything else in the world, but the majority of a video success comes not from, what have I ended up here? What is happening? I guess it's near an airport. Things don't need to make sense. Oh no, I could have gone down there. Should I go down there instead? I think I should. Okay, we're gonna look very silly to that taxi driver, but that's fine. I look silly to all people from all walks of life all the time. Anyway, yeah, there's little barriers here. Oh, motorbikes are even allowed down this thing. I don't understand how you get a motorbike through this, but it's wacky that they're saying it's allowed. Ooh, interesting. Anyway, I'm so sorry that I'm bouncing away from my topic over and over again. So then there's like the editing side of things, which again, I would say the biggest point of editing is genuinely not just cutting a video together, because that's important, but cutting it together around whatever your theme is. Or even just, again, working out before you record what an important attention-grabbing title would be. I didn't do that properly for this video, and now look at the views on this one. Wow. Notice how they're lower than my video called Things I Hate About America? Gets people enraged and clicking. Notice how it's less than my video about, you know, what do I actually do for a living? Because people are curious. You know, they click on things they're curious about. They don't click on videos called, like, I don't know, bridges and tunnels in London, or you know, why do YouTubers make videos in advance or something like that? They're not clickable videos. And so before you make the video, you need to have some idea in mind, so that when people, because again, what you can do is you can just record a video, then later come up with a title that matches it. But the problem with that is you almost always, unless you're really, really good at your job in a way that I have yet to see anyone properly do, but when people do click the video, they're like, oh, there's no real reference to the title. It's like, you know, it's like when a movie references the name, like, I guess that's why they call me Superman. And it's like, yeah, I see why they called the movie Superman now, because the main character is a man who is very good, or very super, I guess we could say. And so, in the same way, you don't need to title drop on a video, obviously, but you need to at least stay to the theme. If I call this video, you know, attractive streamer drops her bra on stream, or like, is that exciting enough for people to click on these days? I don't know. Toycat explains YouTube gone wrong, brackets gone sexual. I mean, technically me explaining YouTube has gone wrong because I keep ADDing away, and it has gone sexual because I did discuss bras, which if you're following, are both a piece of clothing that can be used in a sexual context. And so this video did go wrong and go sexual. That is factually correct. Man, it's so weird how dead it is around here. I wonder why. Reminds me of the COVID times, you know? Where you just go places and you don't have to worry about other people. It was so nice. I hope we manufacture another global pandemic just for that reason, you know? Like, sure, individual liberties suffered, but as we've all discussed, individual liberties don't exist during pandemics. And so, therefore, no one suffers, and Toycat gets to go on the roads by himself and to get planes full of you know, service all to himself. It's all a good thing, really, if you think about it that way. If we just ignore the negatives, then it's very good. And so, I don't know why I'm even signaling, honestly. I'm pretty sure this isn't the way I'm meant to go, but I'm just also curious at this point. And again, the longer it takes me to get where I'm going, the longer this video goes. Because again, we are going somewhere at the end of this. It's all gonna tie in. So editing your video around some form of, you know, like some form of clickable concept is important. Working out what your thumbnail can be that's both enticing, but doesn't feel like you're tricking people, because that's a hard balance to strike. And then there's the third phase, which again, you kind of need, which is this whole like, branding and uploading, and like, you know, again, you can't just upload a video, even with a perfect thumbnail and title, and you've recorded it, etc., to a YouTube channel. I think this is the Woolwich Ferry, which means, oh, I have made my way where I intended to go. Interesting. So, it's very weird to look at. You can just bike onto the ferry if you want to. That's fun, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going over here. I said the video would end, but I haven't really finished my point correctly. So I'll go nice and slowly around this little house right here. This house is where I intend to go. I feel like if you watch some of my previous videos, you know exactly what this house is, but I don't think I ever uploaded the one, so let's assume you just haven't. I'm definitely doing this road wrong. All the road signs are pointing the wrong way, but I don't see how else I would do this. Anyway, one of the, I guess ferries are also a way to add verticality to a city, because boats can go that way and then cars can go that way via the ferry. But there's a much better way than bridges and ferries to add verticality if you're a pedestrian, or a pedestrian with two wheels like me, because you know what you gotta do? You just gotta hop into one of these things. Because the third thing is like branding, like, you know, it's all great if I have the, you know, the video title idea of Toycat, Toycat explains YouTube gone wrong, gone sexual. Does this one not have an elevator in? It must. North lift in service, south lift in service. So I'm gonna take an elevator real quick. This is my favorite cafe in all of London. It's really quirky. You have to take a lift down, and it's one of these old school wooden lifts. But again, I think it's a lot of fun. It's definitely what you're seeing right here. It's a apparently we're 15 floors up, by the way. That's what that elevator here says. Is it going to keep counting down? No, it just says 15. Anyway, so yeah, you need to, like, you know, that title doesn't actually fit with, you know, what I do on this channel. It would upset some of the people who have already subscribed from Why I Hate America. Whereas if I make a video called Why I Love America, unless I, again, fit the branding. If I was a brand new channel, I could make a video just unabashedly loving America and hoping pure patriots come over and not say a single negative thing. And you know, that way, you know, like get the more profitable American viewers. But alternatively, I could just not do that, right? Oh, there are signs saying no cycling. Oopsie. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I looked it up online and you're allowed to cycle on this one, just not the other one. Again, there's no one else here, so it's fine. Anyway, so one of the weird quirks is that you have to like kind of stay to a theme. It's sad to see this, but like you know, like there is only so much you can deviate from you know, your core before people are very confused about that and say, ooh, we don't like this at all. We don't like that you said you hate a thing and now you like it. What's that? You're showing nuance in a subject. But obviously on the grander point, you also just can't make videos about an entirely different subject. I can't entirely shift this channel to be about, you know, about Danish sausages and reviewing every type of Danish sausage, unless, you know, there's some branding to accompany that. And so there's three major slides, right? There's the instant game, like making a 10-minute video takes 10 minutes to record. Then there's the editing game of like working out what you're going to record before you record it, then working out how to share that with people in a way that is interesting. And then there's the third part, which is working out how to not only make that interesting to people and make them click it so they might at least give you a try, but then making sure they might stay around somehow. Throwing in the tactical like, favorite, subscribes, the you know, the whole behind the scenes stuff about dealing with sponsors and stuff like that. And the reason I mention all of that today, by the way, as we go underneath the tunnel, underneath the river, again, they haven't built any bridges east of the Tower Bridge besides the one all out in Kent. And so what you have to do instead is you just go underneath the river. And it's significantly cheaper to make a tunnel than it is to make a bridge. Again, you just add an elevator on both sides, you tunnel under the river, you fill it with stuff like this. It saves a whole ton of money. And so while a lot of people think the whole game is about improving beyond any belief, one of those three skills, it's all about having sponsors. It's all about, oh God, we have to wait for this to come up. It's all about having sponsors. It's all about having the right thumbnails, you know, clickbait thumbnails. It's all about just being good at recording. Some people put so much effort into making the pure content good, but then they miss all the edges around it. And ultimately being good at three separate things at once is very hard. And so why do YouTubers upload things out of order? Is because you can do that first bit, you can do the record bit, then you can work out the other bits and how to make it interesting and all that stuff later. Or you could go the other way. You could have a whole list of ideas and then you can work out those things later. But it's very hard to do all of those things at the exact same time. That's my experience. It is very hard. It's very, very, very hard to do all of those things at the same time. One of the simplest ways, okay, there's lots of very complex looking things in the world. So many. Like, I wonder how so many people do things. And I think the simple answer that, like, to basically everything, like how do you be a doctor, how do you be a lawyer, how do you be a whatever, is you just break it up into as many component tasks as you can. And so it's hard to have motivation to record 10 videos, but also make sure they're 10 banger videos that are gonna whack it out of the park, but also having some series components so that maybe people who watch one are more likely to watch more. It's hard to nail all of those things at the same time, truth be told. And now look at that, by the way. Now we're here on the other side of the river. We had an obstacle and we got around it. And if I'm not mistaken, it could be, because there is two boats. It looks like the ferry hasn't crossed over yet, because you know, boats are worse than tunnels. That's my advice for all of you. Anyway, I'm here in Woolwich. We're at the very east. I guess there's still two more zones of London, but we're at the east of what I consider London. It's the last TfL stop, as southeast as you can go, at least I think, is here in Royal Woolwich Arsenal. Yeah, it's a very, very nice place. It's again, lots of classy buildings, and we can still hear the plane airport, apparently, is what I'm taking from this. Where's the airport at? I don't see it. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope it was informative in some way. I feel like I say maybe 20 minutes of interesting things in a, oh, this is a 20-minute video. That's very embarrassing. I feel like I say 10 minutes of interesting things in a 20-minute video, and I need to get better at getting straight to those points and not. But it's better than having a 40-minute video where I say exactly the same. I want to get better at concising and staying on a point. Because again, my thing I want to improve is I want to improve, just like how some people think that it's all about having the strongest bridge, when really you could build a tunnel. Somehow it's a, or you could just build a ferry, which is a very common and sad solution. Ferries aren't bridges, we all know it. They only operate some hours of the day. They cost money in most cases, either to the government or it's not a solution. It's a band-aid if you want to be American. Yeah, so I guess I want to go the other way. You know, no, screw it. Let's keep going to Thamesmead, or Thames Mead, if you wanna believe this sign right here. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video somewhat. If you did, then, you know, do the things that mean that I don't have to call it Tlicat explains YouTube gone wrong, gone sexual. But if you did enjoy it, make sure to, I don't even know. Wait, I think I said if you enjoyed it twice. You know what, you enjoyed it, that's a fact. You're here at the end. If you don't enjoy it, you've got prioritization problems in your life that you should focus on instead. But more importantly than any of that is that you should, ooh, look at this. It's a wooden structure. Metal maybe? No, concrete. What even is this one though? Again, so many questions sometimes. Like, look at that ladder right there. Wait, I need to go back. Whoop, 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 whoop. Look at that, there's a ladder, but it's missing all the rungs besides the top two. Like, this is an old, I don't know what it is, but it's old and it's interesting, and I want to go over there, but I can't. Anyway, yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video. One day, I actually, again, like, I feel like these bike videos are actually worse off than just me talking to the camera. So I think we're going to slowly fade into that, but also maybe not. I think one thing I want to do, again, I have an idea, is rather than doing like, I do 20 minutes of cycling in a 20-minute video, I want to go like long distance between 2 points. Again, like the length of a cycle route, maybe even something interesting like, you know, like I've been meaning to like go from like Amsterdam to like, I want to go to Gouda, interesting enough, but there's a city in the Netherlands called Gouda, and I find that amusing. But yeah, I've been meaning to do some things here, and if I don't do them, then I'm saying them now, so that way we can all criticize me for not following up on my dreams when you don't see longer form videos or more face-based videos or whatever. Because even here on the third channel, the desire to make more interesting, better things that improve your skills is there. And should that be true, is that a panacea? I don't know the word panacea, I feel like is what it is. Is that a dessert or is that a bad thing? Because you can't be both a dessert and a bad thing. Kinda, you know, desserts are good. That's my controversial opinion. Hope you all enjoyed whatever this was though, because I'll see you in the next one. Unless I don't, because I've got to go.